So my name is Abigail Baker. With my story, I moved out the day I turned 18. My mother for 21 years struggled with a drug addiction, but she now has 9 years sober by the grace of God. I was probably a month into being 18 years old, and I had wound up in jail not once but twice. God's faithfulness through it all, I can look back and see that even in my wickedness, His love carried me home. Whenever the pandemic hit and I was hit with that crossroad, it was so hard. It was such a real battle between a life that I had known for almost 8 years at that point, and it was scary almost because I'd never lived with my mom since her being sober. I was kind of met with a crossroads, which is I could keep living the life that I was living and surviving, or I could move back home with my mom, dad, let him restore things. But with the pandemic, of course, came, all of the economic struggles with that. As, a single income would literally need a miracle for me to be able to have a home. My mom made the comment, she said, well, why don't you submit a thing for Habitat? I took that leap of faith. I kind of thought Habitat was just for those who were in genuine need, whether it would be single parents, people with a medical disability, not someone who couldn't afford a home in today's economy. But spiritually deep down, God was letting me know, hey, this is a blessing that I have to bestow upon you, and just have faith in me through the journey. I don't believe that there's any coincidences with God, right? And so however the sponsorship goes, they don't gear it towards any one specific person. It's literally how it just falls into place. So for me, for it to have been a faith-based organization and a church that believes in the loving kindness of God and sharing that was huge to me, right? Because I get to see basically the commission that God gave to go and be disciples put into action, which is awesome to me. It is absolutely amazing, and I have such gratitude that God laid it, one on Catholics of Habitat of Evansville on their heart to be able to be a part of this. And then that then inspired, Ascends and Think Vention to then take a part in that too, because you get to see the generosity, the authenticity of just God's love through people. And people see that, they want to be a part of that because it's real and it's tangible.
Ascension St. Vincent over the years has helped with events. We have had many associates help on home builds. Healthcare and affordable housing, they go hand in hand. Throughout the year, throughout our support, and what we see is that supporting Habitat, is a natural fit for us. Our mission statement is, on the loving ministry of Jesus the Healer, we commit ourselves to serve all people, especially those that are poor and vulnerable. As a Catholic healthcare ministry, we're dedicated to healthcare that is spiritually centered, holistic care that sustains and it improves the life and health of individuals and communities.
I just think of all the different sponsors out there. Each one is a blessing to each Habitat homeowner, but that mine was faith-based. It's, again, like I said, no coincidence with God. It's just a part of my story that I get to say that God puts so much detail into the things of our lives that He said, hey, make your sponsor someone that shares the same beliefs as you. So that way you get to see that this is a lifelong journey and partnership. It's not just going to be during the time frame that you're building the home, but it's going to proceed past that. And then all of the things that I have for you, it's going to open doors that you never even dreamed that I could open.
My name's Craig Blessinger. I am a member of the Knights of Columbus, and I'm their community director and serve in that capacity. I have done so for my council for the last five plus years. And I'm also a member of the Vanderbilt County Sheriff's Office, and I currently serve and have served for the last several years on the Catholics for Habitat. My soul has been enriched by volunteering with Habitat. To see where they've come from and to see where they end up, it's magical. It really is, and it does something for your soul. And it allows you to live out the tenets of Jesus Christ. It allows you to live out your faith. It's faith in action. That's God at work, bringing all of these different faiths together for a singular mission. Jesus overcame so we could live, and He's always a constant in our lives, in the tumult and turmoil that we see worldwide and in our lives on a daily basis. There's one constant, and that's Jesus Christ.
The first time I met Abby, unfortunately for me, it was over Zoom as she came and introduced herself to the Catholics for Habitat. I wasn't in the room, but I could feel her presence. through this, my little phone screen while my child, is yelling at me through the door. It's a rare quality to have someone of that presence. I really believe that that presence is her personality, but also overcoming struggles and doing so with faith. The Catholics for Habitat organization is comprised of different representatives from each of the Catholic parishes locally that have come together to form one board and to help facilitate the donations and the volunteers to build an annual habitat home for the Evansville community. When I look to get involved with something, outside of my family, I look for something professionally, something in the community, and something with faith. And the Catholics for Habitat, I just hit on all three of those for me. Building and improving our community through affordable housing and changing the lives and giving a hand up to families couldn't be more of a home run again. So the Catholics for Habitat really was a great avenue for me to express my faith and give back.
My mom went through what she went through. One thing she always taught me, my brothers, is Jesus is love. And through all the madness and the darkness, his love shined brighter. And I always knew that he was going to help my mom and he was always going to have my family. But then to look and see what he then has done in my life is another miracle and a walking testimony. And so for me, I want people to know you don't have to stay in this spot just because it's all you've ever known and it's comfortable. That if you want a life different from what you've always lived, place your faith in Jesus Christ and watch him work miracles. If you would have told me 3 years ago, hey, you're gonna have a home, a stable job, a loving relationship with your family. I mean, I know God delights in doing miracles, but come on now. But I'm walking proof of that. And so just every single day, even in the little things, he continues to bless me because that's what he delights in. And I'm thankful that because I place my faith in Jesus Christ, I get to have that relationship with God the Father and to reap the benefits, if you will, of that.
The people on the Catholics team who are very involved, the amount of passion they have for Habitat, like Craig and Luke, especially, seeing them at job sites and, being involved with them has been really neat.
And I'm blessed just to be a small part of that homeowner's journey to homeownership.
Agape Family Ministries, which is a little pole barn church in Mount Vernon. Doesn't look like much on the outside, but full of a lot of love and Jesus on the inside. I travel every morning or every Sunday morning to Mount Vernon because it's well worth it to me, for the love of Jesus there. So heartfelt gratitude overall from Habitat to other Habitat homeowners, Ascension St. Vincent, Catholic, for Habitats of Evansville, everyone in between, the people I work with, just that God has placed in my life, that believed enough in him to then believe enough in his daughter, in the work that he's going to do through me. So thank you for everyone being a part.